All right, there we go. There we go. Sorry about that. Sorry. Good morning, people. I hope you're having a good Wednesday before the Turkey Day festivities. Gobble, 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 gobble. Oh, so I hope everyone's doing well. Again, this is open room for whoever wants to come in. Come on down. I ain't got much to talk about. Just being a busybody. I guess. I don't know. That's probably, I'm not really a busybody. I could be though. Oh, sorry guys, I forgot my mic was down. Um, as I was saying, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So this morning, I woke up and I saw like Nakasushi's stream about Smokey's face being revealed on the Sister Sunshine's channel. Um, I shouldn't say the Sister Sunshine. I should say Sister Sunshine's channel. That was kind of odd. Sorry, but yeah, that was interesting, and hence the title. It wasn't what I was expected, and it's a little saddening. What's his name? I think it's John Peterson, the co-host of Knox channel, was like, "Why?" And I was like, "It just wasn't what I expected." Like, I'm not trying to sound mean, but like I thought he had like a more like circular head shape than like an uh what's it called, like an oval. But I don't want, like I said, I'm not trying to be like rude sounding. It's just a shape. Mostly that's because of the profile picture from his first original avatar that he used. So I based it off that, and, it doesn't match up the physical parameters, so it's kind of disappointing. At least you really can't tell with the hat. But at least I wasn't expecting the facial hair. So he looks like a guitarist. He slapped the bass. Slap the bass. Nah. But I do like it. I just kind of wasn't expecting it, so it was like a disappointment. But that was like 11 months ago on Sister Sunshines, which is very cool. Figured I might have a harder time with these live streams because it's the weekend holiday. I kind of forgot about that. That's another thing too. I'll talk to you guys. I'll get a little bit personal. uh, today on this stream. I'll do a little bit of Tog drama. So you guys can gossip, okay? I'll give you some things to gossip about me. Some personal qualms, I guess. Like yesterday, out of the blue, out of nowhere, my biological father decided to um come down to visit. uh, and well, it was interesting. I mean, it's weird because I've only met him like so many handful of times in my adult life, never as a child, right? Only as an adult. And so it's like weird that this guy who semi looks at like me uh is just like chilling, you know? And he's like, yeah, what's up? But he's my dad, so it's like one of those odd things. It's just a disconnect there that I can't make. I don't think I I can crack jokes and pick on the guy I did yesterday. Uh I told his ass because he's from Mexico. Well, he's not from Mexico. Well, he is, but he lives in Oklahoma. My son sent the cutest thing the other day. I'll have to tell you. I'll tell that first. My son's he said because we were cleaning the house because we didn't know he was fucking coming because we weren't expecting him. So I guess since the father's coming, it's a big deal. Might as well make it look spazzy. Have some type of dignity and honor. But like my sons are like, Dad, if we don't keep this house clean, I'm gonna tell Grandpa that I'm gonna send him back to Mexico. And I'm like, because the he's just saying he's gonna go back because he doesn't want him to see the mess, and all that. But it sounds so funny. Like, I'm gonna send Grandpa back to Mexico. I kept losing my shit. Not with Grandpa there, of course. Grandpa's like next door with my mom. So it was pretty funny. But anyway, so yeah, he stops by and I'm like picking jokes on his ass, like maybe I can have you come into a fucking live stream. I could be like, hey guys, this is my dad. I'm like, if you don't worry, if you can't understand him, neither can I. Like I said, I'm picking on his ass and I'm getting him. And I guess that's like rude as shit to say. But like I said, yeah. Just kind of joking around like that. But no, I have no idea what to do in this situation. Like today, he wants to. This is where I really need help in talking because this man wants to sit here and like go do something in an activity, and I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to do? I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do with you, grown ass man. I'm not fucking 15 years old. I'm not some chump ass kid that just wants to go hang out with daddy. Do that shit with my older brother. He's the one who has that daddy issue. So it's really awkward. Like, and I get the whole thing about spending time with the grandkids. So I allowed him that. I fucking dug in deep, guys. I fucking did not wanting him watch my kids last night. Oh, you guys don't know, but my mom couldn't watch him because she had to sleep because we had to go to pick up at the airport because my mom works nights. So last night she didn't know that he was coming by either. So I had to go like with her to drive to go pick him up. So I was driving the whole way there and all that. And then she had to sleep because she usually watches him, but she had to work last night because she's usually off. And we didn't have another babysitter. And I was like, mother effer. And I was just really, really upset because I'm like, I do not want this man, this stranger, watching my children because I don't know him from Adam. And I know me very well. And if he's anything like me, he's going to lose his shit. And the weird thing about it is like I had a weird dream the previous night that like my kids got taken away from me and I couldn't, and no one knew where the hell they were. And I had a freaking panic anxiety attack in a dream, dude. And it was like I couldn't wake up. and I knew I was in a dream, but I, and I realized I'm having a panic attack in a dream, and I could not wake up. It took me forever, and that happened. Then Monday night, Tuesday, as my dad come in, it was very creepy. But yeah, I don't know this guy, and I dug in deep, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna let you watch him. No, that's a big trust thing. I think obviously that's a big trust thing for any parent to let someone they really don't know watch their kids, especially one who abandoned you before you were born. It's like, how do I know you're not gonna fucking leave midway watching these kids and go get a pack of cigarettes or some shit? You know what I'm saying? Oh man, they changed up their aisles. This is gonna be harder. So it's just one of those things that I was like really concerned with. But came home, kids are okay. So everything went well. Now I just have to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do with this man. And I have no idea what the hell to do. Because I have no idea who the hell my father is. He's like, we can go out somewhere and go get a beer. I'm like, oh yeah, because that sounds like fun. Let's go fuck up our livers. I fucking work every day. That's what I want to do. Stay up extra late so I can freaking wake and be fucking tired in the morning. That sounds like real fucking fun. I want to be a little bit fucking tipsy when I fucking drive. Yeah. Sounds like dandy fun. And it worries me, but I don't know what I'm going to do today, guys. And like I said, that's a little thing that you guys can start some drama on. Some shit. I don't know. Let me read your comments or some shit. Let's see, what are you guys talking about? Eggplants and tofu? What the hell? Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. Dig soya. Sorry, I'm just reading. You guys, I believe the link is in the freaking description. You guys are more than welcome to join in. Okay. Oh, okay. I have no idea. All right, you guys are having your rant in the side chats. Have fun. I haven't been much on YouTube. I haven't been able to catch any shows. I know. I caught a bit of some conversations. I think Smokey was streaming, and then I think Praise did a stream. But I really didn't get into that. I don't know who else was. So I didn't really catch anything. Oh, I hate this dust mop. There it goes. Gosh, I'm taking so long dust mopping because this place has just gotten so dusty. It's so weird. Maybe it's because I'm dust mopping a lot more, right? It's like, oh. Nature's just doing its natural thing. There was something I wanted to speak about that's biblical. I guess now that it just came to me, because that where nature does its natural thing gave me the idea of the law. And I believe something along the lines of how the law is written on our hearts. But I tried to have a conversation yesterday off air, but it didn't pan out because like no one wanted to hear it. So yippee, I guess. Because I was gonna say the law is written on our hearts, because if it's on stone, then look how Moses shattered it, and if it's on paper, it can be torn both ways to destruction of the law. So the law is like written in our hearts. The only way to get rid of the law is by destruction of it. So if we were to not have the law on us, then we would be destroyed, because whatever, because it's in us. Something along those lines, though. And then there was the thing about, like I was comparing that to like salvation, and also, which I probably shouldn't. So I'll take that back. I'm making the conflation between ownership of property and possessions and payments. Now, the way I was thinking about it is like financing and leasing, in a sense of paying for you, because if Christ pays the price for us, right, and he bought and sold us just once, then if we remain in sin, so to speak, then he has to keep paying for us. And at that point, he's not owning us. He's just renting us or leasing us out. Doesn't actually like make us his, because he's still making payments on it. And how do you make on payments on something that's yours if you're not done making payments on it? And then you can't finish making payments because the item becomes deficient and breaks, and warranty's invalid or something like that. I don't know. I really don't know the technical jargon, and most people can do it better than me. But what else was I gonna say? Other than proper maintenance and care, which he pays for, like fine tuning, refining, swapping parts out. And I'll make a good point of swapping parts out. You don't believe me? Christ even says, I'm going to remove, or not Christ, but God says, I will remove your heart of stone to give you a heart of flesh. So again, that goes in with taking some consideration there, I guess. That might be a very good point. At least I think it is. I don't know. I'm stupid, so I don't want to use my own opinions because it's stupid. But anyway, oh, dang it. Yeah, so the debt isn't fully paid because he has to keep, mind you, it's more of the not a manufacturer's problem, but the defective machine. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. But it gets a little different with that because we have that free will into it. So it's not like we're robots or anything like that. We're not cars. As some people like to use the analogy of cars with things like this. I think it goes in well. But what else? I don't know. I think that's it. But yeah, we're not fully paid for if Christ has to keep making payments on us, which is why we must repent. Basically. Otherwise, if he starts making payments on us, well, then we're just trash. Because he doesn't need something that's broken. He can just go get a new one. Colloquially speaking, though, not actually speaking, but a sense, yeah. I hope that made sense. But I kind of was like a little analogy, I think it's called, for salvation with like money and all that. Well, tell me what you guys think. I think it's stupid. I don't think I express myself clear. Wait, Jill, you know you're insulting most of the prophets when you say that, right? When they did the wilderness, they were vegetarian for a while, were they not? That's kind of weird. But did Adam eat meat? Huh? Did Noah eat meat? Huh? What? Were they not men? What? Huh? Was not the commandment to eat meat given after the flood? Huh? What? What? Huh? Jeez. That reminds me, I have to watch your insult video. Jill, I didn't get to watch it. I hope I made the cut somewhere in there. That'd be cute. You need the good publicity. Ouch. Gosh dang you other morning people and your jobs and your inability to come inside the show. Can you get this bag for me? I'm in the kitchen. Yeah. We could listen in on the phone calls. We could give him Christianly advice. No, you should get whatever business Jeff is in because of Christianity. It makes perfect sense. I don't know what you do, Jeff. So I pictured like insurance or something. I don't know. Office. I don't know. Now I'm just going to like the office or like the paper Dunder Million, whatever it's called. I only watched it once, so I'm not like an office geek. I actually hate that whole trending and excuse my language faggotry. I just fucking hate it. I never really got into it. Like people getting into things and making a big fuss about it, like freaking monkeys with like it's like a cat with a laser light to me, you know, like yeah, it's just a laser light. What the hell's wrong with you? And they go, oh, they get so crazy. They lose their mind. It's like banana. Monkey see a banana, just eats it. It's like why is your brain cells shutting off? What is wrong with you? It's like a starstruck. It's weird. All right, I'm gonna go mute for a bit. All right. Owie. You know the best thing about being short is that like when you carry these big ass bags of garbage, they're like huger, like half your body size. I think it looks a little bit dope because it's like, wow, it's so heavy. But yet he's short, so it looks like I'm a freaking like a small Greek god or some shit, you know? It's just like lifting up a huge boulder. It's always a nice effect. There it goes. Oh, sorry. Gotta grab this bag. How to take the elevator. It elevated me to higher levels. Dang it, freaking speech impediment. You just messed that up for me. Alright, god dang, man. Hey, I hate the background noise, so I always go mute so it doesn't make so much noise. Sorry about that, guys. We're living in the last days. Trump, oh my god. Could you imagine not living in America and reading that comment? That's only in your freaking country. Like, that's so sad. People in their bubbles. Gotta pop them, man. Some will die. Some will live. This has how it been since in memoriam. I could not imagine being on some Bufu Egypt worrying about American politics, you know? Oof, man, this escalator. This one's off. Now I gotta find my dust mop. I'll be right back, guys. I lost it. Not my presidents. That's cute. There you go. I love you now, Joe. I'll amend that to the last days of America. Yeah, there we go. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. We'll make a better America. We'll make America great again after that. Don't worry, Jill. We'll be greater than ever. A Christian theocracy. I don't know. Is that what it's called, right? Theocracy? I'm unintelligent, so I don't know. Yes, I use that deliberately. Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, I would never not call my president not my president, because that's just like, that's like kind of, that's like a rejection of reality, which I think is like a mental disorder. Because just saying, like, denying the fact of reality that someone is factually your president. Now, you can say spiritually or symbolically he's not your president, but that still doesn't change the fact that in reality he is your president. Like, that's one thing. Like don't poison your own well with your own freaking delusions. Because yeah, if Biden wins, he's going to be President Biden. Trump wins, he's going to be President Trump. There's an honor to that seat, I think. Like I said this when I was a kid. No matter who sits in it, I still respect the House of the seat for what it is and for what it's supposed to represent. And it's only then, like, people say, oh, well, he's doing bad and he's doing this and that, that they get up out of hands and out of arms. But no one's, I think, ever done like the Smokey Saint extreme, right? What is this? Go up to the president's house and just like blast him, call him a heretic. You're what type of democracy, democratical heretic? I don't know. American heretic. There you go. That actually sounds pretty cool. That's gonna be my new freaking badass biker YouTube name, American Heretic. There we go. Have a flag, like a cross in the back or something like that. I was gonna say a burning cross, but then people might get the wrong idea. Like, whoa, too far now. Because I know it's something with flames, like the flames of hell, but on the cross, it might be bad, and don't think that's a good thing. Let's not have any burning crosses. Yeah. Especially American Heretic, burning cross. Put a Dixie flag somewhere in there too, just cause. The South shall rise, some stupid shit. No, I'm taking this joke way too far. All right. You know what's weird about culture acceptance? That, like, you can accept a culture, but you can never be a part of that culture. Right? Like, I think it goes like even with like in a sense in the late 90s and maybe 20s, maybe early 80s, maybe 80s. You had the wannabe blacks or wiggers or whatever they were called, like back in the day. So like you had that idea, right? Oh, you didn't fit the culture. Why are you doing that? You can't do that. Yet you're in full support of a culture, and it's like, what the heck? Because you embrace it, but you're not allowed to identify with it. In some cases, I always thought like that was weird. Like, what if you're a citizen? you try like to act Canadian or something, right? You start using the word "boot," so you're like, "What's all this boot?" And they're like, "Whoa, you're from America, right?" Yeah. Well, you say "about," motherfucker. That's our word. And it's like, "Whoa, I didn't know about that. I'm sorry." What did we just tell you? Say "about." You haven't earned it. I'm sorry, but you haven't earned it because I have to apologize too. I'm sorry, but you haven't earned it. I'm sorry. I'm super sorry, fella. Until you've seen like a moose or some shit. I don't know what's in Canada. I can't. Trailer Park Boys and Donairs. That's all I know. Oh, and Shirley. And Shirley. Anna Green Gables. Of course. As odd as that is, Anna Green Gables. Which I actually did love the movies. My mom used to watch them, the old school VHS, and I absolutely adored Anna Green Gables. Carrots! Hey, carrots! Don't call me carrots! Smacks him on the head. That reminds me of my wife, I swear. My wife's like Aunt Shirley. Aunt Shirley! Then the father, Matthew, reminds me of, honestly, Matthew reminds me of my wife's father, too. And then good old Marilla reminded me of my mother, too. It was always weird. Like, I'm talking about that now, but Marilla always reminded me of my mom. No, that's right. I'm somewhat cultured. That's right. I got some of it in me. I have some. Oh, I guess I don't know. I was gonna say some sophisticated cases, but I don't know if Anna Green Gables is sophisticated. I would say it's a definitely good story. I know that's gonna. I can hear it now. Look at this boy who's soy reading. Boy who's soy. The boy who was soy. I like it. The soy boy. I'll take it. Oh. But yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed it too. It's a good watch. Southern Strategy. What's that, Wiley? Ooh, my belly. I have no idea what you guys are talking about in the side chat. You guys are nuts. I'm only getting like half the comments because YouTube sucks, probably. Or StreamYard's not YouTube. All right. Yeah, I think I'm all talked out, dudes. I thought like P Mars was gonna come into the live stream, but he didn't. I was half expecting him to. I should have invited him in. Maybe he thinks he's not invited. P Mars, if you're still listening, you can come on. I guess. No one else will. Someone has to take up the spot. If you can hear me chewing gum, I apologize. I totally forgot. That must have been disgusting and annoying. Apologies. I'm still gonna chew it, but apologies. I might not stop chewing my gum because you hear it. It's chewy and flavorful. And minty. Keeps my breath fresh. I don't know. Tonairs are like gyros? Oh, I didn't know that. Wiley is trying to get a rise out of jail with the Southern Strategy reference. Okay. Whoa, don't put him on timeout. That would have been bad. Oh man. I want to get these shoes. They look comfy. I gotta fill up my floor scrubber here soon, so I won't be talking much because I'll be going quiet. Because otherwise the background noise will be too loud and people will be like, John, there's background noise. My ears. And Toggy, your ears. Or my ears, fuck. I'm trying to keep the voices in my head straight. Like, there's like 8 of you here. You're like, what are you doing here? Why are you listening? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Ah. I hope my link is still pinned of the StreamYard link. If everyone's been waiting for it, it's like pinned. So, yeah, the link to join's always been available. If it isn't up there, oh well. Nothing I can do. Just let me know and I'll throw it in the side chat again. Everyone can hop on. I get it. People can't read. It's okay. I'm joking, of course. I forget. Like I just said earlier, it's the holiday seasons. Everyone's busy. Everyone's at work. So people won't be as lucky to be talking. I gotta fill this up. So I'm gonna go mute. I don't have any like interludes, so I can give you something in the background. Here, I made this. So let's see. I'll be right back. All right. That was a terrible Matthew McConaughey. What up, boy?
Morning.
How's your it's not Turkey Day yet. How's your day before Turkey Day going?
Huh?
Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
East?
I didn't hear the first name.
Oh, I said, how's your day going? Turkey Day or whatever, pre-day. I forgot what I said.
I'm doing good.
Oh wait, that's right. You don't eat turkey, will you? You'll be eating lasagna. Lasagna. Mwahaha. I try. Jesus' Lord said you're not a real man because you're a vegetarian. What do you think about that? I don't know if you saw that earlier.
Wait, he did?
He said that earlier. He's like, vegans aren't real men.
Then fight Adam.
I know, that's what I was saying earlier too. I was like, what? uh, I was like, no, see, that much proves that he must have been a child because he didn't know any better. Some crap like that. All right, it's gonna get loud here. This is my first cover, but that's all right. Usually, does all right. Cancels out the noise. It doesn't. Oh well. Oh, I had my freaking volume turned all the way down, so I don't know if you were talking or not. I didn't even know it was down. My bad. And I'm like, why is it so quiet? Were you saying something or no? Was it just being quiet?
Mm-mm.
Okay, cool. Well, sorry about that, guys. I had no idea.
Currently eating breakfast.
Sorry about that. I was cleaning out my wiper blades in my scrubber. So I was like right down by the vacuum, so it was really loud. Oh, man. Whew. What you eating for breakfast?
Eggs,
And your workers.
potatoes, tortillas, and cheese. All put together in one.
Wait, wasn't Adam technically vegan?
Did he eat honey? It's the question.
I don't
That would
know.
make the determining factor. Because if he ate things like honey, drank milk, and whatnot, then he was a vegetarian.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. I'm
Vegans
assuming
eat none of
so.
that stuff.
That's why. Yeah, because that's what I was saying. Because I'm like, huh? I wonder, did he use animal products? Because they were eating off the fruit of the trees, and if like a honey thing's on a tree, that kind of counts. I don't know. A beehive is what I meant to say. A honey thing. I didn't say a honey pot. So that is some good questions. Let us go to the panel of experts. God, sorry. All my stuff's been funny. They're still talking about the weird political thing.
Oh my gosh, freaking Jefferson.
What?
You brought
What did
up
he say?
that. The link you posted. I can see the words that what the link is about.
What's the link about? I have no idea. I'm not reading this. I can't. My hands are full.
How the war on drugs was an extremely corrupt thing that was intentionally meant to push down people of what is considered lesser, that many people would consider lesser. And they purposely were lying about certain things in order to arrest, say political leaders, civil rights activists, so on and so forth. And these laws, in a sense, still affect our world today, just not as much as they used to. But they still affect the people.
Ah, that's cool.
Oh yeah, it's ironic enough, P. Mars brought up hippies. Yes, they also went after the hippies, or yippies, depending on which one you're thinking of. Yes, people, there's two different groups called the hippies and the yippies, and yes, they are both a bit different from each other.
What's a yippee?
A yippie's one that's more focused on getting into the political side of things. And it was back, back in the day of the hippies.
Oh, well, that's cool. I want to be a political hippie. That's not fair. How do I become a political hippie? Oh shit. Gotta put that down. I'm gonna go back around. Dang it. I think I want to be a guppy. A guppy. I'll be a fish. I will be a fish. A guppy. That's what the fish is, right? I forget. How long?
Now, can we all agree JFK was so by far the best president we've had?
Uh, sure. I don't know. No, I don't think so. He touched Marilyn Monroe. He was unfaithful to his wife, like Trump. Or is that still a legend? I have no idea.
I'm actually surprised. I haven't heard anybody. You know how people always talk about Russia and Trump being in bed with each other, right?
That
I'm surprised nobody has brought up the whole Alex Jones thing.
bring it up.
So back when the whole election things were going on and all that, the first time, not this time around, the other one, apparently Alex Jones made a report, and that was Putin and the Russian government was warning Trump of a potential assassination. I'm surprised nobody has brought that up. It's simple
Well,
enough.
I would say if it's in cahoots, then it's probably just propaganda, or something. So that's probably why.
Yeah, I found it
Especially with like Alex Jones' reputation, you know.
about what loving Trump.
I'm just about the crazy and cracky things he says.
for Trump.
Just in general, I mean, just the man. I mean, the whole turning the frogs gay. They're turning the freaking frogs gay. Yeah, that was my favorite.
Yeah. Funny
Like I
meme.
don't, but I don't know if that stuff is true. Like you see, I thought he's always was a conspiracy theorist or whatever. So I don't know if I could take anything he says like verbatim, you know, or for what it's worth.
Some people think that he may have actually had some legitimacy back in the day, but not anymore. Hence the whole Bohemian Grove incident. Oh yeah, there's like something else that's actually kind of ironic. I forgot who it was. Maybe Ted Cruz. But somebody did like a body language breakdown on Alex Jones, and I think it was Ted Cruz. And they're talking about how Alex Jones just not that long ago was bashing on Ted Cruz. Now he all has to act like he's friends with him.
I would not want to be friends with the Zodiac killer.
Whichever politician it was, I don't remember. It may have been that politician called Ted Cruz. It may have been somebody else. I don't really remember. But I remember it was in a body language breakdown video, and they were pointing out how both of them were uncomfortable with each other.
Well, when you're the Zodiac killer and someone knows it, it's kind of
Okay, I can't tell if you're making a
awkward.
joke. I can't tell if you're making a joke or if you're being serious.
You know the meme, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, there's a meme that goes around that Ted Cruz was the Zodiac killer because he kind of looks like the Zodiac killer descriptions.
Ah,
I think there's something like, well, he could technically fit the bill for the Zodiac killer because he was living around the same time as the Zodiac killer was, or something like that. So, like, there's a conspiracy theory that it could actually be Ted Cruz or something like that. But it's just a conspiracy theory, so it's an ongoing joke. So, like,
oh no,
that's why I'm just making a joke. Like, if you're standing next to someone who's a Zodiac killer, of course you're going to be a little bit uncomfortable. You know,
well, the thing
I'm just
is,
making a joke
with the
though. Yeah.
idea of that is that what's it called? Back in the day, Alex Jones was actually, I think it is Ted Cruz. It may have been one of the other ones, but definitely a Republican on Trump's side. Back in the day, he would always go after and bash on this guy for being a corrupt politician, as he did with almost everyone. But of course, now he's kissing Trump's butt.
Probably because of the personality. I want to defend this guy because I like the things he says. What, 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 what? He said good things. I like him. You have my vote. I came, man. I do my job. Duty protect. I don't know.
BRB.
I was gonna say that's how God intended it, though. I'm just bastardizing it because I can. Well, and I'm just sitting here floor scrubbing. So anyone's come backstage, I apologize because I haven't heard you. I will check now. Oh, good, no one's there. The Vikings would not have celebrated Christmas because it's a Christian tradition and they had their pagan gods. So they would not be celebrating Thanksgiving. They would be heathens, fit for the thing. Notice how I said would be. Would be. If they repent of their sins and accept Jesus as their Lord and Savior, they shall be one of the flock. Some shit like that. So good to scrub before in the mornings. You gotta do that too. I gotta join like a gym just to get a little extra push out of my body. Gotta get doing it. Gotta get healthier. Must be strong for babies. Must have energies for babies so I can fight them when they come to do battle. I will slay the children. They will be utterly defeated. And I will teach you how to fight, how to rule. And they will rule with an iron rod. Alright, sorry. I didn't mean to get quiet like that. I'm floor struggling, like I said. So. I actually wonder how bad it sounds. It's like after the fact, I really don't know. So I listened back to it, and I hardly listen back to these things. And it's like I'm trying to get something biblical said or done. I don't really listen back to these.
I'm back.
Are you sure? Oh. Okay, I gotta stop being snarky. I just bit my lip again. I hurt myself. I'm sad now. I didn't even find my floor scraper. I scraped these gum pieces. I can't scrape them off because I don't have a floor scraper. I hate that, don't you know? You got any like biblical topics you want to bring up, Wiley?
Why the heck can I not find much information on that one church?
The Church of Alexandria?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was burnt. I don't know.
That's the library.
Perhaps it's a new church, or no?
Same old.
Maybe you have to be within the order, like a right thing. I don't know. Have some weird places like that. What time is it?
8:13.
Okay, cool. I had plenty of time to scrub. I thought it was like super late. So I'm running late.
Of course, 8:13
Do you know
my
what the
time.
main? It's what? You said it's 4:13.
8:13 my time.
I must get out of my time zone, Wiley. It is my time zone. You do not belong in it. Yeet. Man, this floor is super dirty. I guess I could do like 180 sub special because I got 180 subs, so I could do that. But that seems so. I want to do it though. I don't know what I do. I just have an open room, I guess. Talk about how dumb I am or something.
You always have an open room. How about you have a closed room?
Well, I've been meaning to, but I don't know who the fuck to invite. Because I just end up inviting everyone, so this is why I hold the open room. Everyone can come on in. So it's like, come on. uh, I mean, I've done closed rooms before for like special viewings. Like if we're going over someone's bullshit, I've done it before. We come in, talk about a video, someone's behavior or something like that, and like, let's break this down. I've done stuff like that before, but yeah, I don't know.
Oh
So did
yeah,
you
did you hear?
enable?
I was gonna
Oh
say, did
no,
you hear? Jilly Bean's gonna have a debate with a lawyer.
Nate Brody.
He's gonna have a debate with a lawyer.
That's what I was saying, Nate Brody. I don't know because that's the only lawyer, YouTube lawyer I know. I don't know
I
if it
think
was him.
so. Bruce's channel, he was basically challenged to the debate.
Uh, yes, Jill shall win the debate because when Jill is wrong, he's not always right. But when he's right, he's not always wrong. Something like that. I forgot what he said. Just legit said something like that at one point in time. I'm not always right, but I forgot what he said. It was like a contradiction or something. I don't know if you remember that or not. It was a while ago, but I was gonna ask, what did you enable? Talk about the Beelzebub thing in the whatever.
Yeah,
How'd that go after I left?
it went meth.
Well. Oh man, it's getting to be a pretty boring show. Man, no topics. We've done topic every like topic out of existence. Who's mad? What magic is house? Oh, that. Oh, that. Mapasuchi this morning revealed like Smokey's face in an old live stream, and he just wasn't what I imagined, and I was let down. It's like ordering something that's supposed to be a certain size, and it's like or ordering something. It's not what you expect, you know. It looks completely different right now from what you thought it was. That's all it was. Our scrubber's acting up, actually. Ouch. No. Let's see what's going on this side chat. Sorry, guys. Oh, yeah, Bruce. Did you put the link? Something about race, racism, political talk. You guys are a hoot and a holler. Okay, almost done for us, Kevin. Almost done. I'm gonna go mute for a bit. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Just clearing out the floor scrubber. And, yeah, I have to get quiet. Whee! Nothing like floor scrubbing on hardwood floor, I tell you. It's nice. Oops. Log speaking. I'm all the way over here now. Let me check and see if I'm still in the chat. Alright, cool. I love how these suck in like in the morning times, but like later on, like as soon as I get off work, they like pick this shit up and everyone starts like wanting to come in. I think it's because that's when like most of the other side of the world's like waking up and they're like nighttime or partying or whatever. No idea. Alright. I'll keep that on because actually I can just put that up. Finally, some quiet. Dang. Yeah, call the cops if your family's gathered for Thanksgiving.
Which is better, people? The one coming up or September 8th?
I don't know. The one coming up. Because it's the one September 8th never happened because we didn't do it then this year. So we're doing it this year for the one coming up. So
No
that one
joke is
matters more.
September 8th is the first one that came first
Oh,
before
are
the
you sure?
Puritans.
You're talking about at least in America, but the concept of Thanksgiving has been around since time of forever, actually. Since
Did I
Abraham,
say
actually. It
did I
is the
say
original
12th century?
Thanksgiving. Yes, you must include, if you're going to say it's a first, you must go back to a original first. Because
As in when
otherwise,
I
it
mean
would not
first,
be
what
first.
context am I in context of what am I saying first for?
I made the context up when I said it. I said in
Well,
front, and if it was show the whole word.
the context is in America, hence why I said Puritans.
Well, America is a part of the world, so it is a big part. I wonder if America was part of the, like, landmass wise, if you want, I don't know, that'd be weird. Probably not. Probably not.
I see how it is. None of y'all want to come in here. I see.
Yeah, they're all freaking cowards.
Hold on. Let me give me a second. The
Okay.
Holy Spirit is a feminine spirit. God does not torment people in an eternal barbecue forever and ever. Trump is not going to win the election. Stop crying. Southern strategy. War on drugs is racist.
You can get into heaven by just believing in Christ and not repenting.
No, that I do not adhere to that. What else
Like, I
is
ain't
there?
touching that one. I love that. Even Wiley, it's like you're going too far there. I'll hold you. I do it.
America was
that.
founded by Freemasons. What else is there?
Oh, America's a Christian country. That one pisses people off too. It can't be. It's not a Christian country.
Divine Council theology.
What else?
And the Apocrypha's canon.
Oh yes, all the non-canonicals are canon. You have to accept them in the
No, not
scripture. You're
all.
not a real Christian.
I just said
Just got wet.
Apocrypha.
Fine. I don't know what that is. Fine. What?
BC Old Testament Apocrypha book.
Say that Christianity is a subset of Islam. That'll get them. Or is that one true? I forget. Or something like that. I forget how that one works. Give me a second. Someone just is coming in. I'll let him in a second.
Islam came in a long time ago. I think if you're backstage, anybody talks said he's dropping and he's gonna come back. So wait a minute.
Hey, Veckel. Good morning.
There we go. Somebody's in here.
You guys are making me crack up. You're trying to get people to come in.
Yeah.
Say that the Apocrypha is canon. And you're not a real Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll get him in there.
I would say you have to accept the Catholic Church as the authority of Christianity. I know that one set people off.
But which one, Todd? Which one?
The Roman Catholics, of course.
No.
What about Alexandria?
The Romans would. Who the heck is that?
Hi, Larry.
I can only take so much.
Well, I was gonna have breakfast, but
I'll change it.
Picture just did it for me.
Okay,
It's chocolate.
I'm not having
don't
breakfast.
worry.
You're a good.
No, I'm good. I'm kidding. I'm actually about to have some espresso.
Wait, here we'll throw
That
this
sounds
guy
kinda
in
good.
there. We got the Mandela effect now. Everything changed. That changed my dang channel name. In fact, Mandela effect's a horrible thing. It's
Mandela effect. Oh yeah, that's right. In another universe, you used to be Bruce, but now you're Smokey Stain.
Well, and then the Bible used to say wine skins. Now it says bottle. Oh, you say, yeah, it's unbelievable. You know?
Well, it used to be the lion lays with the lamb, but now it's the lion Lays with the
wolf or something. Or
Actually, it was the wolf.
The lamb. Yeah, the wolf. It's
The leopard lays with the lamb, and then the wolf lays with the sheep or something like that.
Something
The
about
ox lays with
animals
something.
dwelling, lying around, but regardless, in the same passage, it mentions lions and wolves doing something with sheep and lambs.
the Mandela effect seems to be the most spiritual thing I've ever seen. And then to see these people trying to apply it to the Bible is just fascinating. But it's real. It's like flat Earth. I don't know how it happened.
the flat Earth. I'll never understand why so many Christians or professed Christians that believe in a flat Earth make such a big deal about that stuff.
Well, you gotta imagine
if
it's truth, if they see it as truth, that it's to defend the truth, you know.
Well, you see, it's because they think that throughout a long period of history, we had a bunch of evil satanic cults, in particular ones running the Roman Catholic Church, apparently, since the Council of Nicaea, and added in paganism and whatnot. And then, they gone through history, they manipulated everything, they came up with the globe model, they came up with the heliocentric model, so on and so forth.
Right.
In order to create evolution.
To clear things up.
Council of Nicaea.
I do want to be fair, though, Michael, so at least you understand where I'm coming from. I am kind of doing it because, well, I did think that Smokey's pretty nasty, but apparently he's declared full war. You know, I'm kind of like, oh, man, I don't know. It's exciting, depressing, exciting, funny, but I guess eventually I'll have to move on after I win.
Hey, just make it business, not personal.
Yeah, but I can't imitate him and not make it personal, you know? I mean, you have to call people trailer trash and stuff, and we all know Jesus wouldn't live in a trailer full of trashy people.
Actually, he would.
I know that. I know that's the sad part about it. I know.
I see what you're saying.
Stuff like this. I know that's crazy. That's my point. Some of this stuff, I wish it would mellow out, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll fight each other for a while, and hopefully the loser, whoever it is, will grow some and learn. I don't know. I'm sure I have a lot to learn. So what the heck?
Yeah. Hey, Todd, can I respond to some of the silly, one silly statement on the side chat?
Go ahead. You may have the chat of politics just to fill the air. Go ahead.
No. I won't stay too long.
I meant you go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and do it.
Okay.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, it's just Jefferson, as Jill calls him, Jefferson Spatchcock. He says Jill and Veckel seem to have a problem with using links that play people they admire being openly racist. I have no idea what he's talking about. But
P. Mars probably.
Yeah. But I believe in free speech, so I believe that people have the right to say what they want to say. Doesn't mean I have to like it, but I still admire the fact that there's such a thing as freedom of speech. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. If he wants to have a conversation about who's racist or not, he can come to my live stream later on tonight, or if with your permission, Todd, he can come in here and have a discussion about it.
If he wants. I know he's busy, but yeah, I'm the same way. It's the whole freedom of speech thing, right? I guess that goes into like even when the insult, like the whole thing with Brojo and Smokey, like he's like, "Are you gonna let people like this in your house?" I'm like, "Well, yes, you can speak up for yourself. Very nice. I mean, like if you can't, and you want me to speak up for you, I might not do it because I just don't speak up on people's. But I don't feel like people need other people to talk about it, especially when it comes to lies.
You're defending me. I
might do it sometimes.
Charity.
Yeah, I'm not a limp-wristed lefty. Gets easily offended by everything. So.
Well, I do think the racial thing is kind of. I find it to be weird. Like, well, weird in the sense that, like, where do you draw a line, and should you draw a line, or should you just allow everything? You know what I mean? I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, when you get into that, it'd be like.
I mean, if we leave them isolated on an island, is it harming anybody else?
What?
Spiritually,
I'm sorry.
So
spiritually,
I was saying earlier that look, if you have a family gathering, because maybe you're social distancing, you're outside, maybe you tore the roof off your house, all your windows are open, I don't know, but you have a number of people, and say you're afraid you're going to get arrested. you can celebrate and have a funeral for the turkey. I think you're allowed to have more people for a funeral than you are Thanksgiving gathering. That's the point.
Yeah, you hear about that governor in I think in Oregon, either the governor or mayor. It was a female. I think she's the governor.
That's what I was hearing you guys talking about. The text. I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah. She wants to enforce only 6 people at each gathering at people's houses.
Well,
They have to wear a mask. Yeah, exactly. Everybody's laughing at that. Exactly.
Actually,
Good luck.
I
The
kind of
governor of Connecticut. Hold, let me say one more thing. The governor of Connecticut is issuing a $10,000 fine for anyone who violates any of the COVID-19 rules.
Okay,
So
I can
yeah,
see the public ones. The public ones, yeah, sure. But the private, also, I'm sorry, you get bent. You have no control of what happens in a private residence.
exactly. No American is going to want to follow any of these rules. So I just want to say to the leftards that are listening that voted for Biden because they hate Trump so much, that's your man's. And
Could you imagine cops flagging down like they do for seatbelt checks? Everyone on the highway.
yeah,
What's your business
exactly.
on the
It'll
road?
be
I'm going to Thanksgiving. You monster! Arrest! Get in here!
Wait,
it
I'm
would have to
imagining.
be
I need
a
backup.
precinct.
This
It
guy's
would
going
have
to Thanksgiving dinner.
I was gonna
it
say.
would have to
I'm
be
just imagining the cop is like, no, I'm off duty. I'm not dealing with this today.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
going home and eating food.
It would have
Imagine he has a body cam. The cops gets in trouble because you didn't tell this one in. Sorry.
It would
Go
have
ahead,
to be
Beckel.
It would have to be a precinct of
Oh, man.
Karens running the place. Could you imagine you running down the street and then
And white
the
knights, yeah.
the
I guess,
flashing lights pull
Social
you
justice
over,
warriors.
and then out of the cop car steps 2 Karens in police uniform? Oh gosh!
Let me speak to your manager. What? Freaking, it's just me in the car.
I know, right?
Let me speak to God. Why do you allow him to do this?
Oh my gosh, it's
Yeah.
obviously not Halloween anymore, but there was like a video I saw from somebody.
Sorry.
What's it called? It was like a joke, a skit somebody did,
Uh-huh.
and it's like Karen's on Halloween, and basically they're going with almost a stereotypical Christian version of a Karen, and the person was doing their thing, and then the person holding the camera is all picks up a dragon, and the person playing the part of the Karen.
but
Josiah, you know what the Book of Revelation says. You know what the Book of Revelation says.
what I wanted to
Karens
ask,
are modern day Pharisees.
I wanted
Go
to
ahead,
ask,
Bruce.
yeah, how do you though try to slow down? I mean, do you think it's worthwhile to try to slow down the progression of the virus, and and how do you go about it? That's what's hard for me. I mean, as I see it,
Oh my
anyhow.
gosh, I just saw something so horrible.
I would say.
Just
Go
pull a
ahead.
Halo. Just pull a Halo. What are they called? I forgot what they're called, but just how they do it in Halo to get rid of the flood, kill off the food source.
No, I'm asking a serious question because I mean, how do you do that? Like, the numbers are obviously going up, whether people like it or not. The numbers, it's normal because people are going inside more. So, I
Well,
mean, how do you deal with that? Like, do you
the way
ignore it?
I see it,
It goes away. I mean, or do you just that ain't
the way I see it, and this is gonna sound a little conspiratory, but like those are only what the numbers that they're projecting and what they're showing. Like I don't know if it's actually
No, we're
raw
not
data,
talking
you
about.
know?
Sorry, we are not showing projected numbers. And if you add up all the normal flu you would expect at this time of year, and everything that people think might be tied in with it, the reality is you do not come up with those kind of numbers. It is really happening, and in areas where it's really bad, yes, they're having trouble.
What's the demographic of what's these cases are by? Are the youth? Is it a mixture of young, old? What's the generate? Like these
Well,
also like to
okay,
see is it
well,
compromised immune
apparently,
systems? Like
okay, so let me get this right. Do you love old people? Let's say people 70s, 80s, 90s. Do you love people that maybe have a heart condition that might live to be another 20 years? But if they get real sick, they're going to die. Or do you think they're just, well, they're ungodly bastards? Just let them die or what?
well, I don't care because it's a disease for one. What happen if people get diseases? Yeah, it sucks, but it's still a natural cause. So
You
people
know
catch a
what?
disease. It's still a disease in that sense, you know. So, like if I go out and I get get the flu or something, and I end up dying of that because there's no cure for the flu. It sucks, but it happens, you know.
Okay, so if we let it go,
Amen. Amen.
all right, here, let me give you an amen for that, and you can amen this too. When
Someone's in
we're
the backstage.
okay, when we're at like 2 million people dead, 2 to 3 million people dead, then you're gonna feel the same way and say amen to that.
That's
Yeah, that's
exactly it.
natural order.
That's
I
exactly it.
mean,
Natural order. That's right.
Okay,
that's
now you're
natural order.
sounding
If
like
people die
No,
like that,
in
then
other
it's
words,
just they
I
just die.
if
I
all
agree
now
you
with
it
have
Todd
sounds
one
like
to
hundred
you're
percent.
do
saying
is social distance and wear a mask to save some people that are elderly, you
No,
can't do that.
I
If a
disagree.
if a
Bruce, we're not.
hurricane happens and 2 million
Yeah.
people die, are you gonna? Yeah, it's the same thing. If a hurricane does
you
it.
see there's a
Uh,
I will say
No,
you see
they're
there's a
gonna no
difference.
Now
no.
we can
Actually,
take
what they'll do is they'll blame
preventions.
Trump
You know
for
what I'm
that.
saying? It's like we
They,
can take preventions the same way we can do a hurricane, the same way with disease. But even if we take all those precautions, it's not necessarily going to save us. And that's just,
You see
albeit
there's
that's what it is.
yeah,
you see there's a
they'll blame
difference
Trump
between
for it though. If a
there's
hurricane
a
hits
difference
another
between
town, they'll
a
blame Trump for it.
Go ahead,
there's a
Wiley.
there's a difference between a biological thing and a simple enough natural disaster. A natural disaster is a natural disaster. It's inevitable. People can get sick, but then we also are to help heal people as well as try to take precautions. Hence, if people are going to talk about quarantine, I mean, just look at the Bible and the Old Testament. They even had a form of quarantine. Ironically enough, how one thing makes people question why did they even do that to begin with? Why did God command them to do that?
Yeah, I will like to say one thing. Just because I'm saying that, they if they die, they die. I'm not saying they shouldn't receive the proper care that they deserve while they're sick. I'm not saying let them
Right.
go to waste. We want them to treat them the best way as anyone else. Best care, the best we can do. It's just a matter of fact. If they die, they die.
Amen.
It's just one of those things. It's not. I'm not trying to make it sound like heartless or like we don't care. Or at least I don't care. I'm just say we.
Yeah,
But
this
yeah,
is the
I,
first
I,
time.
I agree
that's
100%, man. Amen. Amen to that, Todd. Amen.
Yeah,
This
the
the
way
this
you
is
were
the
going
first
about it, it
time.
sounded. I was gonna say the
yeah. It
way you were
sounds
going about
heartless.
it.
Yeah,
It
I still want
sounded
people.
no, not sounded hard. Well, of course it sounded heartless, but I mean, those words, in a sense, echo of Gen
I
X.
didn't get that from Todd at all.
I know.
This
I'm
is the
not saying
first
that Todd
time we had
believes in
a.
Gen X. I'm just making the comparison between
Yeah.
what those
Yeah, that's
how those
I
words
made
are
that. That's why I
used.
wanted to say that, just in case people can think of that. 'Cause it's like, oh well, he just doesn't care because you just gonna let him die. No, you don't let them die. You do what you can. If they survive, they survive. But if they die,
Exactly.
ultimately they die. That's
This
what
is
Exactly.
basically
ultimately
the first time
it's
we had
gonna
a heads
happen.
up. It's basically the first time we had a heads up
Sorry, go ahead.
for a pandemic like this, where we can take action to maybe prevent some deaths. And what the big thing was not to overwhelm the hospitals, because if you overwhelm the hospitals, then more
Then
people
it
start
spreads.
dying.
Yeah,
But
because
it's one thing when you're getting up in years. Maybe you got 10 more years or 20 more years, and then all of a sudden you're looking at 5 more days to live. It's, it's kind of a sobering effect. But
shoot, I'm not
then
even 30
again,
yet.
then again,
Go ahead.
it's going to come around eventually. I mean, even if so, that's the reason why they're all frantic about this vaccine, to
Shoot.
try to keep it under control, because it's going to get around to everybody eventually, and everybody's going to be exposed to it anyway eventually. You
No,
know,
ironically enough, I like how me and some other people already knew about the whole virus and were like, yeah, this is gonna go global.
Oh yeah, I knew because of Funny Junk back in November last year before it happened, because it was a big meme because China was talking about it, and it wasn't global yet because the meme sites were just talking about it along with the protests, and that's how I found out about it. And I'm like, oh okay, there's a sickness, and then like the whole world, I'm like, oh wow, it actually was a big thing. But
I
that's
ran into
cool.
the
Yeah,
woods in February because of it.
yeah. You went off to the wilderness. You did, Jungle.
And
You're
in,
like,
in
nope.
February, and they didn't even get
Well,
paranoid about it until March, the end of
well,
March.
can somebody in here explain to me in a little bit more in layman's terms what exactly is herd immunity again? I've heard it before, but I don't know
Yeah,
exactly what
herd
it is.
herd immunity is when you get enough people immune to it so that it stops spreading. So,
It stops
so
spreading or
you get,
stop
Of
being
course.
yeah,
infective.
yeah. Because
Well,
say like you get 60% of the population exposed to it and is still living and is immune to it. So it just stops spreading because everybody it gets exposed to is immune to it. So it stops spreading through the population. That's what herd immunity is.
we'll
Oh,
also,
oh,
we
okay.
can't forget the cost of the people that are in a sense sacrificed for this herd immunity.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people have to die to get that to that herd immunity,
Right.
and they
Because
don't.
our body has to adjust to it, or
Well, no, because in the process, a lot of people will die until you get to that level where so many people are immune to it, so that it stops spreading.
And then there
oh,
goes
so that
and
means
there.
survival of the fittest kind of thing, natural
Well,
selection kind of thing.
it means there's still people that will be vulnerable to it, but it will never be exposed to it because it didn't reach them, because it stops at the people that are immune to it.
Wait, someone called us
If
hateful
that makes
pricks
Well,
in
sense.
I was
what
also
happened? I'm
going
in
to
the
say,
side chat. Sorry.
I was also going to say, in regards to this, and also we can say hello to an increase of genetic defects due to the bottleneck. If anybody attempts to do freaking herd immunity,
I would say, uh, well, well, I mean, I agree with what Todd said. I mean, yeah, obviously, if a person is diagnosed with the virus, we're going to do everything we can to take care of that person. However, I think there is a limit that ought to be practiced. Though, I
No.
mean, you don't freaking shut down a whole country or prevent people from, you know, doing their livelihood just
Well,
because you're afraid of somebody, not wearing a mask or something like that. I think that's
I see it as like as needs priority. Like you send the people who take care of you, like butchers and like things of that. Who someone needs to mute. Someone's like really bad.
that's me. Sorry about that. Okay.
Okay. What I was
That's
gonna
that.
say is like things with you close things places down, but just keep the essentials open. Like power plants and those who actually need to be out there, food runners and all these things. Like you can shut down the clothing stores and all these other things. People don't need to buy clothes anymore.
Well,
Unless
maybe
like the
they
only
could
thing you should
just limit
have is
the.
a rationality of oh, she picked up all my stuff already. Um,
Maybe
just
they could just limit the amount of
ration
people
things
that come.
off. Well, limit the people that come into the store. Well, they did that in the beginning, and there was a problem with now there's people waiting outside in a line in a queue. Now they're outside exposed to the elements. Now they're
Ah,
going to
yeah,
keep getting
yeah,
sick
good
because they're
point.
taking out the mask. You see, these things happen and it just cascades if it's not done properly. So it's best to be done in a delivery system in such a sense. Like if now would be an ideal time to have an automated vehicle to deliver stuff because of these conditions. And there's no contact with anyone and there's nothing going on. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they use that as a next step because that would be a smart move. Don't
Yeah, and
worry
there
about
Man,
having
actually
things.
this is
there
gonna
are
kill movie
protocols
theaters.
in there are
oh my
Yeah.
protocols
gosh,
in place for a federal lockdown.
I can see the headlines now.
Speak up.
Automated cars crashing into houses trying to deliver the package.
Yes.
At least I got my pizza.
But
Exactly
the
right.
point the problem
And a
with the
free
herd
car.
immunity approach to most of this stuff is that if you have what's going to end up happening now is because of what the United States has done in another 4 to 5 years, it's now going to be normal for health providers to be pushing out an annual coronavirus vaccine because
Especially. Oh,
it's
sorry.
gone through so many strains. The idea behind this wasn't the fact that, oh no, people are going to get sick. The idea was so many people were going to get sick simultaneously. There's not going to be enough care available to the ones that get seriously ill. And then on top of it, you're allowing a novel virus to run through an entire population, and that just gives that virus more chances to mutate into something potentially worse.
The way I see it too, like the whole, because I saw like the whole not caring. It's not that I don't care. Again, it's the matter of fact, if people die from it, someone catches it because they took all the precautions. They catch it. It's an unfortunate circumstance for that person. But if someone's being irresponsible, not taking care of themselves, and not doing their debt to society and protecting themselves, and fuck them. They can go ahead and die because they're not fucking worthy
Well, yeah,
to live in
I
that
could say,
place anyway.
I
I
think I
Oh,
could
agree with that.
say,
But you
vast.
can't hang on because I got to get off here. I'm just on break. I got to leave in about 3
You
minutes
gotta
here.
do something productive.
Go ahead.
Here's the problem with that. If you're an epidemiologist, you can't approach the situation that way. You cannot leave this just up to personal responsibility if you're trying to keep a virus from not mutating into several hundreds of different strains and jumping into other animals, like it's already gone into the mink population. Denmark already had it mutate, pass into a mink population, and then mutate again. And the minks were passing another new strain back into people, infected about 214 people. That kind of mutation is the thing that you want to avoid when you've got a novel virus. And the only way that you can do that is with either obsessive contact tracing or you lock things down, especially if you have community outbreaks. US really didn't do any of those things effectively, at least not on a national level. That's why it's out of control. And that's why there's going to be a lot more vaccines that they're going to have to make for lots more new strains. So this is something that we're going to be stuck with like influenza.
Well,
so,
I'll try to be calm, but can I bring something up though that I'm very serious on this? Is that, you know, I bring this up and it seems like there's an attitude against just basically, you know, the whole idea I constantly see masks don't work, social distancing isn't that important, gather all the people you want, do what you want. And I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, let me just try to at least be clear with this.
It didn't protect me. It didn't protect me wearing a mask. It didn't, and wash my hands and using sanitizer didn't help me at all because it's airborne.
Hey, you had COVID?
No shit. And you know what? I knew you wouldn't let me get this out.
Hey,
No,
JJ, you had COVID?
Look, man.
I think I did. Yeah, I think I did because I did have burning. I did have burning lungs. Yeah.
Jesus. And you know what? You don't freaking know either.
Go ahead, Bruce. Go ahead and talk, Bruce.
Yeah,
go ahead.
He was just bringing up a point. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right, Jungle Jargon.
Yeah, don't get all uptight.
No. Yeah, of course I'm uptight. When did you have it? When did you have Jungle Jargon? What time of the year? When?
Just a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. So was it the flu or was it the virus? Which was it?
No, it was like two stages. It was fever, headache for 3 days, fever for 4 days, and then I got better, and then the next week I started getting the burning lungs.
Well, I guess it could be it. You know, maybe so. You know, those are.
Yeah, it seems like it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the reality is most people are going to do okay with it. There's a certain percentage that doesn't do okay with it.
I'm in the metropolitan New Jersey, New York area. I worked at the airport. I was exposed to basically everything that came through.
All right. Yeah. I mean, masks aren't guaranteed. I mean, that's a reality, and you can't always social distance, and that's a fact. You know,
I had to use the gas station. I was traveling or moving back and forth. I had to use the gas station, and that I used the gas station restroom, and that was it. Boom. There was nothing I could do. I had it. Couldn't get rid of it.
Yeah. I mean, but I suppose it's kind of what's getting me is that when it turns into a point where people don't care about the weak, and then and a lot of them are claiming to be Christians. I mean, I find what in the world's going on here? I mean,
did you hear what I said, Bruce, and all that, or?
Well, I guess I got frustrated. I apologize. You know, it's because I run into this a lot, and I misread where you were going. It's
not that I don't care. It's just like I want to, the precautions to make sure. I'm not just saying leave them to die if they have it. Like, oh well, they have it, leave them to die. No, take care of them and fix it if they can. But ultimately, if someone does die, we did the best we could. You know, there was nothing else to be done. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, because the reality is at this point we do have vaccines that should be coming soon, and it does appear that they're effective. Now, will they be 100% safe? I'm sure people will question that, but okay, fine. But the point is, if you wait for herd immunity to get here, millions of people would die by the time you hit that, more than likely. And that's just a dumb damn way to think, because and it's uncaring, it's unloving. It just, to me, I understand we need to work too, and that's the thing. People always bust on Fauci. It's like, well, Fauci's a guy who has said that there's no need to shut down, or very, very rarely, if ever, and it is only in certain areas where it's spreading, if ever at all. Meanwhile, people should just use precautions and actually really do it, and that's kind of why I did bring up the thing with Thanksgiving. It's like, well, on the other hand, if people are outside, that would be different too, and there's social distancing and being together. But a lot of people just don't care. They figure, well, I don't care. I'm young. I'll make it through it. I'll do this, or I don't care anyhow. And it's like, well, you can do that. Crazy thing is, you are affecting other people. What kills me is, and I'll shut up on this rant. What kills me is the amount of people who claim to be Christians and they think the same way, and yet Jesus spoke radically against that kind of thinking, because you are nothing, in a sense, and not totally nothing, or you couldn't say he loved you. But on the other hand, you should care more about other people than yourself. And that's the thing that kills me with it. I just go like, what has happened to our country?
Well, I'm curious, what Christians are, and what are they saying rather, that's striking you, that's making you surprised that they would take that position? What are they saying?
Well, they'll argue and say masks work.
Oh, Vekel, you need a mute.
Yeah. I hear the argument constantly that masks don't work. Well, no, they're not perfect. I understand that. But to say they don't work is ridiculous. To say that like social distancing really isn't that important, you don't need to do that. You can get together with whoever you
What's
want.
that got to do with Christianity, though?
You can have your rallies. What's it have to do with Christianity?
Yeah, what does that got to do with
But with
Christianity?
Thanksgiving, but yeah, I guess so.
No,
That
you
kind of
tell
makes sense.
me what is Christianity about when it comes to people?
Okay, it's
And
showing
particularly
love.
those who
It's showing the love of Christ and preaching the gospel.
And telling the truth.
and okay.
And telling the
And what is
truth, right.
truth? And what is truth? Well, right now I'm telling the truth. Do you like that or you not like it?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out, if you are in fact telling the truth. I
Well,
don't know if
technically,
you
it's
are
an
or not.
opinion,
To
but
Oh, okay.
be selfless over selfish.
So if you have hospitals that are overwhelmed, if you go throughout the world and you can look around and see what's going on, am I lying based upon that? Or are we all being lied to?
No,
I think
that's a
what
little bit
Bruce
different.
is saying is that he wants Christians to be sensitive to other people's problems, hurts, and things.
which
Well,
I think
We
we
can
already
do that.
are
Yeah,
We can do that,
to
but
a
that
certain
doesn't mean.
degree. Yeah. The kind of way I gave my example, because you saw it, Bruce, how I gave my answer, and you misunderstood what I actually meant. What if every other Christian's speaking the same thing as me? They're just not representing it as well.
That's
Well,
no
the
different
point
than
is,
preaching the
okay,
gospel, actually.
okay, here's the other issue, right? And I'm going to be straight up. Let's just say we move it to just conservatives. And I'd like to think that the majority were probably Christians, but let's just move it to conservative things. And so you look at a shot like at a Trump rally, and I looked out there and in that, and like right behind him, you see people wearing masks. And as the camera pans a bit, it could be Fox, their own news people, whatever. It doesn't matter. The whole point is when you saw it back behind, you go, here's all these people sitting side by side in these chairs, yelling, screaming, spewing virus. Anyhow, the point is, so they weren't wearing masks. They didn't give a damn. The large majority. And then you see it spreading all through the freaking White House. It's like, wait. And at that point, I'm like, you know what, man, this dude's going to lose the election. In fact, I knew it 3 or 4 months ago it was going to happen.
That had nothing to do with it. I disagree with that.
Now we've got a liberal in, right? I hate stupidity. I really do.
I mean, well, we are monkey brains. I mean, we can't really do much about that. We do stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
fuck, we do stupid shit.
actually, something I wanted to play off of.
Go ahead, Wiley.
What Jefferson said. Does anybody notice the COVID-19 strain? Is that one of the kinds of viruses that can actually exchange information with others of its own species, or even of other species?
What, can it go over to other species?
No, on other viruses. Because I know that there's many viruses that can exchange immunities and information with each other, hence making them immune to many different things.
There's some thought
or capable of going into other animals.
I don't know. There's some thoughts that maybe some people in Africa might be immune to it due to the amount of mumps and measles and this kind of thing that they've been given in recent years. They think maybe there's something there. There's some.
I've lived in. I was gonna say.
They're learning all the time. It's
what I mean is, like, for example, if it's like doesn't affect what's it called? Say a young adult as much as it does an old person, and then it comes across another strain that does have an ability to affect a young adult more effectively, and exchanges the information and spreads out.
I would say growing up in squalor and filth might help with my immune system, so that might also do it.
I don't know. I mean, I think if you're talking mutations, I think they've been relatively small, even though we see them. That's how they can track where it's at, where it came from. But
Well, actually, I'm not. Well, I know about like mutations, like the one that was means now, and I think it's in Texas is something that now can affect younger people more effectively. And then,
Right,
of course, Jefferson brought up the minxes. But
right,
aside
right. Yeah, that's a
from
weird.
those examples, I was thinking of the idea that they exchange information such in order to make them more effective or immune to things against them. Hence, to the point where they can actually always affect anybody and spread more
Well,
easily. And also, the thing is with germs and viruses that do this, it's not like it's going to take a couple hours for it to happen. No, it's going to take a couple minutes or seconds for them to start exchanging information rapidly.
yeah, I don't know enough about it. I do think the idea is that if we can get rid of it before it wipes out too many people. I mean, unfortunately, in some countries, they're not going to be able to do that as well. But I do think they'll get it like they did, and obviously pretty dang fast these days with technology. But it's not like it's never happened before. This virus is strong because it doesn't wipe out everybody at once. You know, like some other viruses and diseases, they're so deadly that it can't spread because all the spreaders die right away. This isn't doing that, and it's certainly not just the flu. It's kind of weird. But I do
It's
agree you can't just
SARS.
live in fear. You can't hide in your damn basement. I mean,
It's SARS too. It's called sudden uh, respiratory or sudden acute respiratory syndrome or something like that.
right, right.
Thanks for not looking.
Yeah, COVID-19
I'm
basically.
gonna die now. Sorry
It is
guys, I didn't know my
new.
mic was down. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live stream because I'm driving now and I need to focus on the road. So thank you all
All
for
right.
stopping by. I might go live again later on today. I don't know.
I'm gonna make
But
peace with Smokey and Joel today. Okay.
Okay, okay.
cool. All right.
All right, be
Bye.
safe.
Bye, guys.
Take care,
Peace.
guys.
Hey, you.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace.